Hello everyone. So today I want to play around the Kafka event free tier limitation and especially use Streemlined to showcase how much more accessible Kafka can be with the right tools. So to start with, I have a Kafka cluster which is let's say local where there's the topic orders. Okay, let's remove that. I want to move the data into the event cluster. So I will just pick cluster haven. I have a topic, same topic, order name, orders, and run. So I did not put any single override conf or whatever. So what will happen is that very quickly I will get throttled by the haven free tier, which is exactly what we see here. If we look into the metrics, we are looking for throttle average. We can see that there's a value above 0, so throttle is happening. But something more is happening. We can see the buffer on the Kafka producer side. That's the metric buffer available bytes is 0. So the buffer.memory configuration on the Kafka producer, the default is 32 megabytes. So it's packed full of data, and that's what happens here. This is where the 60,000 messages are. They are in the Kafka producer waiting to be sent. But there's a problem. In a few minutes, specifically 2 minutes, when the delivery timeout MS will kick in, some message will expire because they cannot stay longer than 120 seconds in the buffer memory. I will speed up the video to see that, and then we'll try to figure out how to work around that. So you can see 2 minutes have passed, and so many records or batches of records are being expired by the Kafka producer because they stayed too long in the buffer. So let's stop everything, and I will reduce the buffer to around 2 megabytes. The calculation is simple. It's how much megabytes can you process in 120 seconds. So the answer is around 10. I just choose 2. I'm fine. It's going to block the Kafka send function, and because of that, it's going to kind of propagate backward the pause into the upstream jobs. So let's try to run it and see what happens now. And we can see right now that I do not have a big pileup of messages out of the Kafka consumer. We only have like say a few 500 messages maximum. But it's not helping on the throttling. What we saw earlier, I wanted to show you, it was the record send rate is around 250 to 80. So this is the thing we want to improve because we are limited on the byte rate, but we are not limited on the message rate. So how can we improve that? Easy. We want to enable compression. I'm not going to think it through. I will just put gzip. You know what? I will just put zstd and run. So now we are going to focus on the record send rate. I need to give it a second for the metric to kind of stabilize. And as we can see, we are now almost 3 or 4 times faster, 3 times faster, with around 900 messages per second sent to the Haven free tier. Can we do something different? Yes, I would want to use maybe a schema registry. So that's interesting because my input data is JSON. So it gets tricky, right? Yes, but not with Streemlined, because with Streemlined, all the schema is something you don't have to worry about that much. So I'm just going to change the topic. Instead of writing into orders, I already have the right topic, orders Avro, orders minus Avro, and this one is going to pull the right schema. Obviously, it's the same schema as the JSON message I'm sending. I will simply apply a transformation that just says you you take the same message, you put it in the same output, and now we can run. And in just a few seconds, you can see that I just moved data from one cluster in JSON format into another cluster in Avro format. I did not have to worry about serialization, deserialization, everything happened behind the scenes. Yeah, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much, and follow me on LinkedIn. Bye-bye.